Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to my daily broadcast. My name is Barry Selby. Welcome to Messages from the Masculine to Inspire the Feminine Heart. And we've got some fun today. This is the plan. Anyway, this has been downloading for a few hours today, so we'll get into that in a moment. So before I get started, let me introduce myself for those people who haven't joined me before. I am a best-selling author, speaker, and relationship attraction expert, helping strong, successful women find balance in love, life, and business. I'm also a passionate champion for the divine feminine. That's the 3-second elevator picture of what I do and who I am, what I'm about. And this is this subject's gonna be fun, but let me bring it in the right way, which is this is Messages from the Masculine to Inspire the Feminine Heart. This is number 224 of a daily Facebook Live series. I'll put it that way. That's been going for a while, 224 of them, and they usually revolve around masculine and feminine polarity, relationships, romance, dating, divine purpose, connection, that sort of general topic. And the one about today is about dating. And I had this, I won't say epiphany, but I had this realization earlier today when I started thinking about the way people choose dates. And this is kind of derived from a few things I've watched, read, seen, heard about from different people about their dating adventures. That's a good way of putting it. And so this one is actually on the topic of being parallel to gardening. And it hit me really clearly that there's different tiers, if you will, or different not ranking's the wrong word, different levels at which people approach dating. And if you're expecting to put in grass seed and get roses out, it ain't going to happen. So I'll explain what I mean by that in the realm of dating and romance and online stuff like that, and also some tips and keys and even some suggestions about how to do it differently. So, again, dating is like gardening. You get out what you put in. That's the title of the broadcast today, number 224 again, of my daily Facebook Lives. And it's more than just simply you got to put a certain amount in to get a certain amount out. It's what it is that you put in energetically and how you do it. So let me explain the parallels. There are some people basically who don't even bother planting any seeds. They basically just look at the backyard and trust it's going to come together nicely. That's the same thing as basically not caring about who you meet. You just walk down the street and go, oh, they're cute, I'll go out with them. And some people do that. I mean, you might not, but some people do that. That's no investment whatsoever. Let's put it that way. Second one, which is the next level up. Well, it may not be the next level up, but it's one of the ones that are very close to this one, is the swiping dating apps. Yes, I'm going to get those early on and get those out of the way, because they're trouble, my friend, they're trouble. They won't work for you. So, in this context about relationships and this exploration of dating, getting out in the world and meeting somebody, swiping apps are the easiest and simplistic way to meet somebody. I mean, they are. You go into the app, you put a picture in and put your name, maybe you have to put some other mental criteria, and then all you do is you swipe and tap, or you swipe and one way or the other. Literally, that's all you do. It's really not that hard. It's almost as if you were throwing seeds out the window of the backyard, hoping they get in the ground and something happens. And to be really blunt, for most people on those dating apps, like Tinder, it's about as effective as throwing seeds on concrete. The fruits of their labor will be minimal. They may get some dates out of it. They might see a equivalent. I'm going to watch how I do my parallel analogies because it might get a bit weird. Is that they might? I'm going to be careful how I say this. You might get some grass growing up between the cracks in the concrete. It's kind of about the equivalent of luck, but the rest of it's going to be just stark, bare concrete, no result. So in the dating parallel, again, tell me to keep this parallel. I'm making this up as I go along, so I'm trusting this is working. In the dating arena, your odds of success are very slim. Yes, there are people who've got married from Tinder. There are also married people that use Tinder. Think about that one. So that's level 2, or the one step removed from the basic not even bothering level. Yes, it is that crazy. The next level up, and some of the smartphone apps will fit into this bucket as well, is the dating sites that require more from you to put in there. So you've got to participate more. And there are some dating apps that are owned by those dating sites, so they have the same energetic about them too. They're not quite as basic as the swipe and done. So it should maybe put in its own category, or the equivalent apps to that in its own category, level 2. Level 3 is the advanced apps and the dating sites that provide you with more context and more content to build a personality. Not build your personality, it's not what. Reveal your personality is a pretty better way of putting it. You don't build your personality, you don't rely on dating apps for that. And also put you in a place where you learn more about the psychographics as well as the demographics, about what it is you're looking for. Because for some people, the fact that the person lives within 30 miles is good enough. That's how desperate they are, or non-caring they are. For some people, it's about what are your religious beliefs? What are your dietary choices? That's a different conversation than the demographics. So that's the next level up. And that's better. It's like you're at least throwing the seeds on dirt now. The question is, are the seeds going to grow well, or are they just going to grow? So you get some results from that. Again, better than you would from just the swiping apps, but still got room to grow. So let me get on to the higher level ones, which is, I'm hoping my analogy still sticks, because I'm really guessing where this one is going to go as I raise the bar in these parallels. The next level up would be, I would say, something like a matchmaking service or an in-person dating site host person. I don't know what we call these things. Matchmakers is probably the best way of putting it. Someone to find you a match and you go and find them. This would be the same as I would say is actually putting stuff into the ground and actually watering it and putting some fertilizer on top as well. This is good. It's a good place to be. For many people, that's all they want to do. And you hope that it's going to grow, and it'll grow okay. It'll be fine. I'm saving the best for last, by the way, in case you hadn't guessed that. Matchmaking services are great too, but one of the things they tend to miss, which is what I'm going to get to next, is the work that really requires some effort on your part. If you really want to have a garden that thrives, first of all, you've got to make sure the soil is workable, which means you've got to dig down deep. And you've got to cultivate, dig it up, sort it out, and break up all the concrete and all the other stuff and stones are in there, so the stuff you put in will grow. Second thing is, you're also going to create places to put the garden. You may actually design your garden as well if you want to be that creative. When you plant things in the garden, and I'm going on this garden path, this path for a moment, just to give you some context, because when I switch back to relationship stuff, it'll make sense, I hope. So, in the garden, you're actually going to dig down deep, create the space. You're going to put fertilizer in and different things in the soil to make the soil is nutritionally healthy for the plants. You plant your plants, you plant your flowers, plant your vegetables, whatever you're planting, space them out appropriately. You put sticks in for them to raise up next to if you've got things you want to keep stable and growing right, if that makes sense. I think it does. And also you're going to make sure there's enough shade, and also you may even put irrigation systems in, meaning you will go full out to make sure your garden thrives. That's a commitment, and it's caring. It's about really what you want to do as to have a result. Let's go into the dating scene, shall we? When you do that level, it means you're working with somebody who knows what they're doing. Because to do the garden, you probably went online and you found some tips and some keys and got some guidance. You may even brought in the gardener to do it for you or with you. A professional, perhaps. In the dating arena, if you don't want to just do the swipe or the demographic or the different things that are incomplete, you want to go the whole way, you're going to work with somebody who's going to do 3 things with you. And I mean a coach or someone who's skilled in this area to help you with this. Those 3 things will basically be, first of all, is like digging up the garden, digging up the earth to make sure there's nothing in the way like stones and rocks and stuff. You're going to dig up the past and get things out of the way that might be blocking you, meaning that you may have things in your past relationships that will keep blowing up your future ones. In fact, you may have experienced where you're in past relationships where you blew them up because of what happened before. As in, it wasn't the person you were with that was causing it, it was your own history causing it. And you know what I'm talking about. I know. We all have this. If you don't want to keep doing that, then you want to dig it up and clear it out. That's one piece. Second piece is you also got to know what you want to build in a relationship. Clear vision, clear intention, clear focus of what you want to have. What sort of partnership you want to have. Not just a partner, but the partnership. Where it wants to go, what you want to create, what you want to have for the rest of your life, or at least the next few years. That's 2. In the garden analogy, it means you're planning out the garden, laying out the pathways, Where the trees are going to go, where the plants, the roses, everything else. The third piece, which is what a lot of people miss, is you're going to learn how to be with yourself. If you're building a garden and you don't water it, you don't maintain it, you don't put food out there, you don't take care of it and you keep an eye on it, it will tend to fall into neglect. The same is true with your self-care if you're looking at having a healthy relationship. For many people, maybe not you, but many people out there, they're looking for that relationship partner to make their life whole. They're looking for that relationship person to save them from being single. An extremely inaccurate approach and not good for anybody. Because this, as I've talked about, the broadcast before, is the epitome of codependence. And it sucks. For the other person especially. You can be in codependent relationships that work for you and your partner, but they're so limited. Now, if you want to do that, that's fine. Go ahead. I wouldn't help you with that. But if you're looking for something more, which means basically a relationship that is much more, not codependent, but interdependent, which is level 3 in my work, you're choosing to go to a different level of commitment, of connection, of autonomy, and of love that is transcendent of what you've been in before. That sounds big, doesn't it? That's a prize-winning garden, as it were. Just to use that analogy for one more time. But the reality of doing this is if you want to have the most amazing way of living your life in partnership, you need to learn how to have the most amazing life with yourself. And that's the third piece. If this makes any sense to you and you want to get some help, then you can reach out to me. I'll tell you more about it. But I want to make sure you get this in your understanding because like planting a garden, it does require commitment. And it's not a 2-week commitment. It's a lifelong path if you want to keep the garden going forever. Same is true for love and relationships. By being willing to commit to that journey, to have that journey go on, it needs investment of your own energy. Being willing to cultivate, to grow it, to cut it back when you need to. I mean, all those things talk about in garden analogies, I know some of them are a bit ridiculous to put them together. But there are certain things you do in gardening that also apply in the same metaphor into the way you live your relationships. By being self-sufficient, first of all, you don't require somebody else. That's part of one of the keys. You will become more able to give and to share and to explore a relationship from a healthy place. If you're someone who basically hasn't done that before, maybe you need some help. So again, as I said, if you want to get help with those 3 keys and the work that involved to really prepare yourself for and attract the most amazing relationship that you've ever had, reach out to me over social media or go to my website. You go to barryselby.com, click on the Let's Chat button, which is the first button in the navigation bar. If you just want to go back on the smartphone app, go right at it. That's not up to you. It's your choice. But know what you're getting into. And this is maybe a cautionary tale in degree, but it's a reminder that a true relationship requires a willingness to commit, to cultivate, to grow, and have what you really want. If you want that, you get two thumbs up from me. 2 thumbs up from you, I was going to say. And if you want help with that, please reach out to me. But this is the point. If you're going to spend your life alone, which you can, and I spend a lot of my time alone, it's really to cultivate a relationship with myself. If you want to be in a healthy relationship, then that's a worthy cause. If you just want to go have sex, you can do that too. But really, if you want to go for a deep, committed, amazing relationship, do the work to get there. Make it a worthwhile investment, because if you want to invest in making a prize-winning garden, for example, why not have the willingness to invest in your own love life? And with that, I'm going to leave you with that question to think about that. If you have any comments, questions below, questions you want to add in after watching the replay, you can please put them in below. I'll answer them later. And if you want help, please reach out to me over social media. Again, if you find there's somebody you want to share this with, that maybe they didn't get this before, maybe you can share it with them. Oops, I had to read this. Tense, yes. Thank you. You're very welcome. So true. It takes too much. It takes so much. It takes more than everything you've got. Do the work. It takes time. It doesn't take more than you've got. It takes your willingness to commit all you have and then see what happens. But it's also coming from a healthy place. Because some people throw themselves into a relationship and destroy it by doing it. So there's more than one way of doing that. But thank you for that. I appreciate it, Tense. And nice to see you my broadcast, by the way. So just to sign off and let people know if you hadn't seen my broadcast before, this is number 224. Yes, 224 in my ongoing daily Facebook Live talks called Message from the Masculine to Inspire the Feminine Heart. You'll find these on my website, on barryselby.com. You'll also find these, on the video blog, by the way. You find us on YouTube, on the replays, and also on my business page on Facebook. And thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'll see you again tomorrow, because that'll be 225. I think that's it. Thanks for watching. And as always, please take care of yourself. You deserve the best. Be the best so you can have it. I'll see you again tomorrow.